Let's talk about advertising, which is another important component of your business strategy and your business plan. But what is this about? What is advertising so important and necessary? Advertising is a marketing activity that can help you to reach out potential customers and encourage them to buy your products. So it's basically attract customers, but you have to encourage them, engage them to buy or consume your products or services. Advertising presents or promote the product the target audience through a variety of media. So advertising it has to be sent through a different type of media. It could be a social network, it could be radio, television, or any other social media that exists. And according to that, you are going to attract customers to buy your product. Yet the advertising option should also reflect the right environment for your product or services. It says, for example, it says if you know that your target market reads a particular magazine, you should advertise in that publication. For example, if you create a product for teenagers, you know that teenagers like to use social media. So the right place to promote your product is going to be there in the social media medium. What are the types of advertising that exist? There are two main broad categories, of advertising. The first type is persuasive advertising. Persuasive means to convince, to attract, to change the mind of someone. That's persuasive. So tries to entice the customer to buy the product by informing them the product benefits. So persuasive is, for example, saying this cell phone is the best one. With this cell phone, you are going to take the best photos of all time. You are going to take the best videos. It is the fastest cell phone in the market. So you are going to persuade your customers to buy it because you are informing that that cell phone is the best one, and that gives you a lot of benefits. That's persuasive. But informative advertising, on the other hand, gives the customer information, mostly done by the government. All the governments around the world do or use this informative advertising to represent or to send information about their plans or their specific actions that they are going to take during the government. For example, right now our government is sending or creating some specific commercials or publication in different social media talking about the pandemic that we are facing right now and the activities that they are doing as the government. Their objective of this advertising is to inform to the people what they are doing. And there are some specific terms. For example, advertising plan, it's the campaign where you have the goals and how to are going to achieve those goals. Okay, the campaign was successful in obtaining those goals. So you're going to create some steps, some specific plans and objectives to reach and to get customers. The availability is the time of the radio or television. So the availability is, for example, 2 hours or 3 hours in a day when you are promoting your commercial in a specific medium. Back to back, running more than one commercial with one following immediately after the other. This back to back is when you have a lot of money and you are sending 3, 4, 5 different types of commercial in one day and one after another. The billboard is an outdoor sign or poster. So around the city we can see a lot of billboards. There are some bigger ones that we can see in different type of bridges or in the streets where you have to promote your products. Commercial advertising, it's when you create commercial interests and not political use. This is that type of persuasive type of advertising. The customer behavior is how people behave when obtaining, using, and disposing products and services. So this is like a study. When people get your product or service, how they behave. They are consuming more, they don't like it. What are their behavior? Consumerism is to create that need in your customer to buy your product in excess. When we are consuming, for example, right now we are consuming a lot of cell phones because we need it, but someone is creating that need in us to buy that type of product. The layout is the drawing that indicates the relative position of the elements, the headline, photo, logo, etc. So when you are creating, for example, in Canvas platform, you have the layout. Like is the type of position of the letter, the type of letter, the colors, the images. So that's the layout. And there are some specific examples of advertising and sales promotion that many companies use depending on what they are going to reach, what are their goals, and what are their target audience. For example, advertising in cinema. When we are in a movie theater and before the movie, we can see that advertising on a specific product or service. Television commercial, I think everybody has seen those. Radio commercial too. For example, posters or billboards. And these are really common. For example, we can see posters of Pizza Hut or Wendy's around the city. Neon signs also, you can have it in many cities that are really important. For example, in New York City, you can see the neon signs. The buses, or inside or outside the buses, we can see advertising. There are some junk mail that you can receive at your house or at your email, you have it. Free samples. When you are going to a supermarket, for example, there are some people that are offering a specific product, just a piece of the product, for example, a type of bread or cheese or ham, and they offer to you in order for you to try it. Some messages that you can receive offering something or give you information, and pop-up pages on the internet when you are surfing on the internet and you see a pop-up advertising. So those are examples of advertising and promotion. And here you have the specific illustration of them. This is a flyer that is really common when you are on the street walking there, and there are some guys that are giving to you a flyer with information of a product. Those are billboards, promotional items where you can see the logo, slogan, and colors of the company. There's a pop-up pages when you are surfing internet, and junk mail that you receive. For example, coupons with discounts of a specific product. So those are examples of different types of advertising or sales promotion activities that different companies use in order to attract and get your customers to buy your product or consume your service.